Sorry for some of you. I had a scheduled stream, but there were technical issues, and so I had to just hop on my phone. And so hopefully you're able to make your way here or watch the recording if you aren't able. But thanks for your any grace that you can give in that. So glad to be with you for another week. I'm Tim Fortescue, an IFS trained practitioner. Really resonate with the spirituality of the IFS model and love walking alongside of folks on their journey, whether it relate to faith and spirituality or somewhere else. But we all, we have those parts inside of us that are waiting to be healed, and it's so grateful to see that happen. You can find more about me on my website, faithfullygrowing.com. And while you're there, and I'll put a link in the notes to this when the video is uploaded, but I encourage you to check out the Faithfully Growing Community Annual Pass. And if you go to faithfullygrowing.com/annual pass, you can get more information about that. But it gives you a library of resources that I spend some time curating each week, as well as a weekly drop-in for practitioners and for everyone. 2 separate ones with that. And with the annual pass, you also I open it up a few times a year. It's $108, $9 a month. You can always register for the $9 monthly membership, but with the annual pass, you also get a monthly drop-in or a monthly workshop, as well as other courses and content that I develop throughout the year without ever having to pay anything else. And so I encourage you to check that out if you're curious. faithfullygrowing.com/annual pass. You can always send me an email if it is helpful or if you have any questions with that. And while you're over on the website, I encourage you to sign up for my 25 IFS guided meditations, and those are free. And then one more thing before we jump into our content and look at those inner child parts of us a little more today. I encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel and share it with others if you think they would get some benefit from it. All right, well, let's talk for just a bit about connecting with those inner child parts, what we call exiles, those parts that the protectors are often protecting. It's important to explore these younger parts of yourself and to offer self-compassion and healing to them too. I do encourage us all, be aware of those protectors though, that may have been protecting those parts for a long time, and maybe in a virtual setting, without one-on-one coaching or just with you and your parts, those protectors may soften back a little easier, but be aware of them. Let them know we're not trying to push them here. If they could let us be a little more curious, they may be surprised at what they learn, but it may make sense for you to just stay in that protective realm. Those that have been protecting these exiles that have been pushed down for a long time. And so be aware of that as we go through this content. And either way, if you're building trust with those protectors, or if you get some insight into those inner child parts that have been exiled, we're learning more. And if we could stand that curiosity, the healing can come. And welcome to those who are joining Ryzen and DL11. Go ahead, know that if you're watching a recording of this, go ahead and keep engaging in that chat too, and I'll try to bring up your questions next time. Do this the same time each week, which is 9 o'clock Central U.S. Chicago time, where I am in Wisconsin. And so these inner child parts are exiles. They represent the younger aspects of who we are. And they're shaped by past experiences and often locked in and still stuck in those past experiences, not knowing who we are today. And we're not trying to get these little ones to grow up. I tell you, I made a big flub with a client one time and didn't mean it at all, but we were working with their exile. And I said, let that little part know that it's not 3, for example, anymore, which implied that this part needed to grow up. And that's exactly what I implied. And those protectors really came back, and rightly so. And so, no, that's not our intention here, but to let them know that they're not alone. And as a little one, they can be kids again, or maybe be kids for the first time. And they still bring us gifts of who we are today. And let those protectors, those proactive managers and reactive firefighters know that too. But as we get curious about those younger inner child parts, as we go into the meditation and I guide you, be gentle. And often these parts don't even want to look at us, and that's okay. We're just beginning that relationship because they've really been pushed down for a long time. And be gentle with them and let them know that we're here for them to share and to be understood, but they don't have to. And notice how it presents. Often these parts will come up as an image or a memory or a feeling. And then just like we do with our other parts, approach with curiosity and care. But be aware, if those protectors jump in and say, whoa, honor them. Let them be the barometer for this process. And many times it's the first time that they see, wow, you're really going to stop or slow down if I ask you to. And if you're able to approach those exiles, and I'll guide you through this, maybe what do you need from me right now? Or what do you want to show me? I really want to understand. And how can I help you feel safe and loved? And it may be helpful to visualize offering kindness, like a hug or reassurance, and let them know that they're safe and you're here for them. They don't have to stay in the past. There's hope of coming to the present, bringing gifts that they bring that make us who we are today. But they can still be kids and they can play, but a process of kind of reparenting them. I'm not who you think I am. I'm not my mom or dad. And then I know it's been powerful for me to connect with little Tim. I mean, there are many exiles, but often, and even when I have clients, I've got this rock behind me that reminds me. I can see it with my candle and know that, first of all, there's something bigger than me at work. And these little ones aren't alone. They can trust me, who I am today. And I try to remind them. Sometimes I even pick this up and do that. But I'd encourage you, just be curious about these little ones. I think sometimes we want to honor those protectors, but sometimes we can be too hesitant. And I think it's okay to explore going there. Take it slow. Come back to those protectors when they say this is too much and whoa, and be with them. But there's great potential for healing. And maybe even afterwards, it may be helpful. I encourage you to spend 5 or 10 minutes in quiet reflection afterwards. And if you really get to connect with those exiles, I encourage you for 3 weeks or so, check in with them daily and remind those protectors of who they are. And let's just engage in a playful, creative activity with these younger parts, if they'll let us in, and just letting them know and reminding them that you're safe. I'm here to take care of you, but it may make sense that you may not trust that now. So I encourage you to carry some of these practices with you this week. And so let me lead us in a time of just connecting with our parts. We're not on an exile hunt here. Just see how your system's responding. Maybe it's those protectors that need some attention. But there's hope. And so let's spend some time, and then I'll take your questions if you have them. But just take a moment to settle in, to get comfortable, whether you're seated or lying down. Allow your body to relax and let your breath flow naturally. Just take a deep breath through your nose and gently exhale through your mouth. Feeling the surface beneath you supporting you with each breath. Let your system know it's supported too, just like this. And as you breathe, imagine your breath as a warm, calming light of belovedness traveling through your body. Just notice if your muscles or your cells begin to relax a little bit. See if this calming light of you're loved, you're enough, you're beloved can begin to give a sense of safety and ease. Preparing a welcoming space for your inner world. Now bring your attention inward in this safe and quiet space. Just kind of turn your attention to maybe that inner child or little one that may be coming to mind. This part may appear as an image, a sensation, a memory, or simply a sense of their presence. Whatever arises is what needs to happen. And check in with that protective realm, those managers and firefighters that are reactive. See how they're responding to this, particularly these managers who have kept these little ones safe for a long time. And they're often teenagers in my system, doing the best they can to. If they have any resistance, don't bypass them. Spend time with them. And maybe do that now until you've addressed all of their fears and concerns to where they trust you to move forward. And so whether it's with those inner little ones or with those that have been protecting for a long time, what do you sense or feel? And if it's something other than calmness and curiosity, it's a part jumping in. Likely one of those protectors that may need some attention. And instead of having it soften back, I'd go back and be with it until all of its fears or concerns are out there and it trusts you to move forward to these younger parts. And so turn back to whoever you're noticing, and if it's the younger part, if you've gotten the okay to move forward, are there emotions or images or memories that come to mind? Remind your system we're just exploring. They're just with you. We'll go as deep as they allow, but in reality, in a live meditation like this, it's only so far we can go. And if nothing specific comes up, that's okay. Simply hold the intention of being open to whatever your parts want to share. Maybe it's some of those exiled inner childs that often they want to be seen and heard, and they're welcome. Now, if you can, turn toward this inner little one with curiosity and care. You might say silently or out loud, "I'm here. I see you. I'd like to get to know you." Notice how the part responds. Does it feel shy or hesitant? Likely they do, because it's been a long time. They may not even know who you are right now. Or maybe they feel excited or playful. Maybe they're sad or scared. Whatever you sense, acknowledge it with kindness. Remind this part who you are. See if it has any questions for you. See if there's more that it wants to show you. There's stories or images. Let it know too that if it feels right, you can spend more time with it. And that's where checking in with it more regularly, now that you're aware of it. And let those protector parts know that they're often a bridge that can help you get to know it better as they build trust. We need them. And what might this part need from you right now? Ask it that. How can you help it feel safe and loved? Maybe this part needs reassurance, a warm hug, or just to know that you're here and listening. Just offer them what they need, whether it's words, a gesture, or even just your presence. And as you do this, remind them, you're safe now. I'm here to take care of you. And see how they respond. Just see if you can respond compassionately, no matter what. Just spend a moment simply being with this younger part of you, or to those that may protect it. Visualize just being with them gently. If they want to hug, maybe hugging them gently as you would a small child. Just see if you can feel a warmth and connection between you. Let them know they're loved just as they are. They don't have to carry their burdens alone anymore. And if they're ready, you can tell them they're welcome to rest, to play, stay close to you, knowing that you'll continue to look out for them. Or if they prefer, you can come back and visit them where they are. It's up to them. Just let them know that you'll be back, if it feels right for you, and this is just the beginning of cultivating this beautiful relationship. There's hope. See if there's anything else. Then before we wrap up, check back with those protectors that have been connected with these little ones, likely for a long time. How are they doing? Just thank them for their courage, for letting you explore a little bit with this little one. Remind them they are not alone. And see if that protective realm could just, through you, kind of help send some gratitude to that little one that you may have got to know, maybe a little bit, maybe more, depending on your system. Thank it for allowing you to get to know it better. Then when you feel ready, you can begin to transition back to the present moment. Open your eyes if they were closed, returning to the space around you. See if you could carry this sense of connection and care with you into the rest of your day, your week. Thank you again for joining me in this meditation, and remember that those inner little ones, they're always within you, just waiting for your kindness and attention. And each time you connect, you're building trust with them, with those that have been working so hard to protect. And healing is happening. So take care of yourself, take care of all your parts. And thank you again. Thanks for that thumbs up, and I'll wait just a bit. If you have questions, chime in. If you're watching the recording, chime in with your questions too, and I'll make note of them and bring them up next week. Do this at the same time on Tuesdays, 9 o'clock Central U.S. Chicago time. And we go for half hour, a little less. If you want to find out more of me, head over to the website, faithfullygrowing.com, and you can reach out there too, and I'd be glad to connect further. But have a good week, and Darlene, if that's you there, just want to say hi to you. If it's not, hi to DL11 again. But so grateful for this community. Take good care of yourself and reach out if you need to. All right, see you next week.